Hello everyone, I'm Anthropomantic Fiends, and I do horror-related things on the internet, and this was not something I planned to do until very, very recently. I just decided I wanted to do a little chill stream and hang out and throw on a movie that I've been a little bit obsessed with recently. So feel free to just hang out and watch this with me, or you can just chill in the chat. I'm just gonna have the movie on in the background, and anyone who wants to come by and talk can talk. I've just had a little bit of a stressful week and wanted some time to unwind and hang out with people. Hello, Cody. Happy Sunday. Hello, Art. How have you guys been doing? Have you been watching anything fun? I have been watching a wide variety of things lately. I revisited Bride of Chucky this morning, which was fun. And I just watched the finale of season 5 of Buffy the Vampire Slayer for the first time this afternoon, and I thought that season 2 was depressing. Season 5 kind of ruined my life a little bit. It was sad. And I see we have about 5-6 viewers now. Hello, everyone. Have not started the watching of the movie just yet, but whenever you are ready, I will put a link in the chat and we can start it. I'm sorry to hear that, Cody. I hope things are going well with your grandfather. Hello, Jacques. How are you? Trying to think what else to talk about. I'm reading Queen of the Damned right now because I'm a walking stereotype, and I definitely still prefer the first 2 Vampire Chronicles books, but it's still really fun. Have I read The Fisherman? No, I have not. When you ask me if I've read something, Jacques, the answer is usually going to be no. I try to be as well read as I can be. But, you know, I can't read everything. And holy crap, we just got a comment from Launchover. This is Sophia Cassiola and Mike Epstein from Launchover. They are the creators of Blood of the Tribades, the movie that I'm going to be watching, and they say we'll be listening along while finishing some writing for a deadline tonight. I don't know if this is Mike Epstein or Sophia Cassiola who is speaking, or both, but regardless, I thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate it, and it is my pleasure bringing more attention to this movie when I can. Thank you for stopping by, Jacques. Take care. I'm glad you could stop by for just a minute. My first vampire movie, if we're not counting the kids movies, because I'd seen things like, I don't know, I'd watched Sesame Street, Count Von Counts on there. I had seen a lot of like kids Halloween movies that had vampires in them, but my first vampire movie was probably the Bela Lugosi Dracula, which remains one of my favorites. And not long after that, I started watching Dark Shadows, and I watched Nosferatu, and all of those things kind of glommed into this big vampire obsession for me, which ultimately led me to this movie in some convoluted way. Give me just a minute. I'm going to post a link to this in the chat so you can watch with me. Pleasant Inn. I have not heard of that, Chuck. Also, I thought you were leaving, but I'm glad you're here. Hello, Nicholas Hatch Films. Glad to see you. I don't believe I've seen you here before, but I'm glad you are here. And there is the link for the movie when you want to start. Whenever you are ready, let me know, or just tell me to hurry up and start the movie already if you don't care. And sorry if I feel a little scatterbrained. Again, this was a very spur-of-the-moment thing. I just wanted to hang out and bring some light to a movie I enjoy. You won't be disappointed. It has body horror. Oh boy. I can go a lot of different ways with body horror. Sometimes I love it. Sometimes I really, really, really don't like it. But that usually means it's done well. So, yeah. All right. You actually have to go this time. All right. Take care, Jack. Very Carpenter-ish. All right. I am a Carpenter fan, so I will look into it. 7 minutes short, I can do that for sure. So I'm going to give this just a few more minutes, and then I will start the movie, and you can hear my thoughts. But in the meantime, I found this movie just very much by random. I was very much in a vampire headspace at the time. I was actually writing Lily, which is the fan novella that's up on my YouTube channel right now. And I really wanted something to watch, and I flipped open Amazon Prime, looked at the movies that were Prime, and this movie is the one that caught my eye just because the cover is just very striking. I love the cover art, and the movie that is contained within did not disappoint. And since Cody brought it up, feel free to let me know what your first vampire movie was as well. I'm trying to think of things to say. Well, I'm going to give this maybe 2 more minutes, and then we will start the film. And to the 7 people who are here, I'm glad you're here. If you want to make yourselves known in the chat, feel free to do so. Or if you just want to lurk and watch me be my awkward self, you can do that too. Doo-doo-doo. One more minute until I start the movie. Apologies for the awkward silence. Once again, did not think through what I was going to say. Hello, Foxtail Cinematics. How are you? I am about to watch Blood of the Tribades. This is a very out there indie vampire movie that I recommend the hell out of. You've seen the videos where I've done that. I'm glad you dropped by. If you can only stay for a minute, that's fine. If you want to stay and just chat, or if you want to watch the movie, I have put a link in the chat where you can follow along with me. I am about to press play on this in just a minute. I know I said I'm going to start the movie in 1 minute, but I'm going to leave just a couple more minutes in case anybody wants to follow along with me. Just let me know if you've got it queued up and you want to follow along. Nothing worse than a lurker. Lurking leads to stalking. This is true, Mayor. This is true. And then, of course, there are the things that stalking leads to. But hello, Foxtail Cinematics. Hello, Mayor. How are you? Have you been doing anything fun lately? Hello, Phil. Glad to see you here. I don't believe I've seen you in the chat for one of my streams just yet. We are about to watch Blood of the Tribades if you want to join us. Or if you just want to hang out for a minute, that's cool too. How are you, Phil? Have you been watching anything fun lately? I'm sure if you've been collecting some stuff, as you always are, I can check your channel and see what that stuff is. But if you've picked up anything especially cool that you think I should know about, can't stalk the willing. You know what? Fair enough. All right, I'm going to give you a 20-second countdown. I've posted the link to Watch Blood of the Tribades in the chat if you want to follow along with me. And then we will begin in 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. Talking Frankenhooker figure. Wow. Definitely checking that out, Phil. And that is totally cool, Mayor. Glad she's dropped by, and I hope that whenever you get around to watching this one, you enjoy it. It's a low-budget one, but it's a good low-budget one. Grando is just the most intense thing ever, and I love him for it.
They, these children of the night, feast on the blood of men. Charms deceitful, beauty is vain. The woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. We witness and yet, these daughters of Bathor not only reject the Lord's teachings, but use their flesh to turn us to the side of.
And I had forgotten that this is like one long take on Grando's monologue, which is impressive. One long unbroken take on the guy's face. Gotta respect that.
They are the ones who flaunt their barren flesh, and yet we. God will forgive all.
Need a talking brain damage worm? I would agree with that. I will be honest, I have not seen Brain Damage all the way through, but I am a little bit of a Zachary fan, and I love that he voiced the Brain Damage worm. Oh wow, you only did one take of that. That I'm even more impressed now. One take. And then, of course, there's the score. I love the hell out of this score. It is just super atmospheric. ...2000 AB, I never gonna get over how great that is. I love that you don't over-explain it either. Not to hug the conversation, but we always collaborate with Catherine Posey on music. Her stuff is all great. I need to listen to way more of her stuff because this has been my main exposure to your work and to her work. But yeah, I am a big fan of the music in this movie, and I am sure I will be a big fan of her other stuff. right out of the gates, nudity. And lurking and stalking, as has been brought up earlier.
This is not together, Paul. This is not our war. We've waited over 1,000 years.
I love the uses of cloaks in this movie. Always just such a thing in all of the 70s vampire movies. And it feels like there's almost an unspoken mythology to the cloaks. Oh boy. Ow. Yeah, you definitely do that. You get this real sense of society and a whole culture and mythology without any kind of spoon feeding of this is the rules or the lore or over explaining it. It's a little bit confusing at first, but it definitely gives this sense of a whole world, and I love that. And thank you, Cody. This is my Girly Gore cap. If you are not subscribed to Girly Gore, please do. Felicia is a wonderful, wonderful human being.
Tribades have left us no choice. They have cursed us with disease. But all of your suffering will not last much longer. We have accomplished many great
And back to Grando.
faith towards repay our sins. But when Alnwick was tempted by the Baron Bathsheba and forced to give in to his desires. Some of lesser faith might say Lord Bathor had turned his
I think this was mentioned in the making of video, but Grando really is like Peter Cushing's character from Twins of Evil, just on steroids, and that is why I love him.
We shall bring an end to your suffering.
You shall no longer wear the clock of Bathor. You've given yourself to sin.
For your eyes have been used for evil. We shall return them.
It's just such a fun movie, exactly. I love the whole of the Karnstein trilogy. Hold on. Was that a little Wilhelm scream in there? Or was that just a similar sound effect? Because it sure did sound like it. But yeah, love the Karnstein trilogy. Not too big on Lust for a Vampire. That one kind of annoys me, but Vampire Lovers, Twins of Evil, always a good time.
What is a wife? I shall not be honored with the blood of Bathor until I have rid his land.
Ah, lovely. Gotta sneak a Wilhelm scream in.
He presented to us in exchange for caring for its treasures until its return.
Thank you very much, Foxtail Cinematics.
Suffer until every hope, every cat, and every creature is free of the evil that has overtaken us. The lustful sinners must be
Also, I was a bit preoccupied with the Wilhelm scream, but that little eye slicing is pretty nasty. It's definitely a nice balance of really kind of beautiful, elegant imagery, and then these just really grotesque moments. Lust, yeah, definitely the worst of the three. I can see why you would put Countess Dracula in the same group. Ingrid Pitt's got that same great energy going on, the rest of the cast. I know a lot of people also will group Captain Kronos Vampire Hunter in there just because there's a vampire who is referred to as a Karstein, which I do not think is the same thing, but I also think that's a really fun movie. Yeah, I would consider Countess Dracula to sort of be in the same group. I do need to give that one another watch. And of course, there's the whole Bathory reference that's very prevalent in this whole movie, with the location being called Bathory and Big Thor. All the Era Hammer is pretty awesome. One that I don't think gets enough love is actually both of their Jekyll and Hyde movies. Two Faces of Dr. Jekyll and Dr. Jekyll and Sister Hyde are two of my favorite Hammer movies, and they barely ever get brought up. Yes, Sister Hyde is just out there, and I love it for it. I don't think Roy Ward Baker gets enough credit as one of the many Hammer directors out there. I mean, Terrence Fisher is obviously legendary, but especially between Vampire Lovers and Sister Hyde, Scars of Dracula is fun too. I love Roy Ward Baker's stuff. And here are the Nephites. I love how in sync they are. And all of these locations are gorgeous. Sir Sam Spade, welcome. I am currently watching Blood of the Tribades. If you would like to join me in watching it, I will post a link to the film in the chat where you can follow along. We are about 14 minutes in right now. Or if you just want to hang out, that's cool too. What you've been up to? Have you been doing anything fun? Watching anything fun?
to be serious. Let's go play. It's a beautiful day for us.
Oh, baby.
Yes, it's not very becoming. Not very becoming at all. And on my feeding night, I hope to get this over with quickly. I'm simply starving. We should just go. This was I haven't done anything.
I can relate to not wanting to be there.
You must feel so dreadful with their hair so bright.
Don't diss the red hair, okay?
It is with great reluctance that we invoke the right of the red and call you here today. Until now, there have been only rumors of an uprising upon us.
More on video games.
The murder of
Working and working out, that's fair. I've been
but the judgment day is here.
just working nonstop all week, pretty much. Working a lot of the late nights. And I'm doing this just to chill with some folks for a while. But what video games have you been playing?
The death of our sisters purifies us all. For Baker is just and merciful.
Did you enjoy that 90s vampire movie with James Woods in it? I think it was called Vampires. Other than the beginning, it's a good vampire flick. Not as good as this one, but scary stuff. Is that John Carpenter's Vampires? Because I hate to say it, but I have not seen that one. I do enjoy a fair amount of 90s vampires, though. That's why I'm here, Sam. I'm trying to bring some more light to this movie. Of course. You gotta meet that deadline. And yeah, I really appreciate you dropping by once again, and hope you enjoy the rest of the listen.
We shall not be cast out at the final moment.
And for anyone else who's interested, I will post another link to the movie in the chat real quick.
We shall not tolerate rumors of unrest and blight. We shall all remain. The blood is the life. The blood is the life. This is the path of fools. We should flee, or we should fight. We should not.
I love that it's not a clear cut,
It's decided.
These evil men versus these good women. There's dissenters on both sides of everything, and it's a little less clear cuts.
What do we do?
There is the link to Blood of the Tribades for anyone who's interested.
Bless us, O Lord.
And we are about 18 minutes into the movie now, with about an hour to go. From dusk till dawn.
The blood is the life.
Hate to say it, I've never seen Dusk to Dawn, From Dusk Till Dawn all the way through. I know that's blasphemy, especially as a big vampire fan, but I just haven't gotten around to it yet. Doom 3 uploads, Super Mario 64, I will have to look into that. I am a big Mario fan. My go-to movies tend to be the darker stuff, but when it comes to video games, it's Mario and Zelda all the way for me, generally. And playing Skyrim, cool.
And what are these others?
I know it's probably getting one note, by this point, but just everything about this movie is so pretty. I want to just cemetery pretty. I know I need to watch From Dusk Till Dawn. Believe me, if you knew all the movies I still haven't seen, but I'll get there, I promise. Ocarina of Time is great. I'm also a fairly big fan of Majora's Mask. I'm still partway through playing Skyward Sword right now. My Wii Remote's just been acting up to no end lately, and it's annoying.
Lost everything. Neighbors far off as the stars, flickering and echoing.
And again, I just love the juxtaposition of the very poetic, kind of dreamy dialogue, and then these just really kind of almost schlocky, gory moments. That's fair. I just, since I joined the YouTube horror community, I've discovered so many movies that I would have never, ever known about otherwise. I'm glad you're back. I haven't checked out your stuff as much as I'd like, but glad you're back. The English subtitles right now just say speaking in French. Sophia and Michael make some great movies. Yes, they do. This is the only of theirs that I've seen in full. I know they've got a few others that I need to look into. And they've got more stuff in the works, but this was my introduction to them, and I will always love them for it. No worries. And again, Sam, if you want to watch along, please feel free. All of the rose imagery. Just all the rose imagery. Shayna, no worries. Glad you could make it. Watching Blood of the Tribades, about 23 minutes in. When that dude gets whipped, oh my god. That scene is a scene. How could she continue to expose herself to that innocent child?
Only a faithful collection.
How dare she breastfeed? Yeah, so you've seen this one too. I've been meaning to tell you about this one for a while, and apparently you've been meaning to tell me about this one, so fun. Oh, this movie is insane. Oh no, not breastfeeding. And yeah, it'll just go from 0 to 16 in a minute. Me too. I absolutely adored this movie. It can be slow. Fair. I'm too kind of enamored by the aesthetic to really care if it's slow at times. It's just pretty. I love the sneaking around music. Oh yeah, the music is just great.
You are in great danger.
You are in great danger. No, really.
We must all leave at once.
I have failed my people. We have spent these millennia learning complacency.
I'm curious, Shayna, how did you find this one?
We cannot survive without the structures and routines of Bathory. We are caged. And now we are turning on ourselves. Just today, I ordered my people to stay in place. I told them it was the will of Bathor because I was afraid of stealing their hope. We have nowhere to go.
I guess
It's dialogue of just
thank you for driving
not
us
knowing what
so
to do
far.
without routine.
Not thank you for the many years of suffering.
I feel
and
that.
isolation. But those memories are finally fading. We are the keepers of history.
Drove you out.
You don't even remember, do you?
I'm afraid not.
The fog curses you, strips you of your clarity. But no matter. Meet us tomorrow night in the clearing to the west of the village. We will guide you to safety, teach you the ways of survival, and record whatever is left of your culture.
Whatever's left of your culture.
Thank you for showing us mercy where we have shown you none. I must find the other red Nephites. We will call for a gathering to prepare for the exodus.
Listening to an episode of the Bechdel Cast, which is one of your favorite podcasts. And Chloe Kuna was a guest on it. She's one of the actresses. She talked about it. And you immediately watched it. I will have to look into that. What is the podcast about? I'm curious and excited. Always looking for more podcasts, even though I'm already listening to way too many at once now. Exactly. I love this little weird bonding moment between the two goons with the crossbows, just staring at each other, silhouetted in the sunset.
not know, and perhaps I do not wish to know, Fantine. We cannot hide. For whatever time we may have left, we cannot spend it in fear.
But I am afraid, Elizabeth. I am afraid.
Do not fear, Fantine. We are nothing but what we believe ourselves to be.
We are nothing but what we believe ourselves to be.
Many deaths, once for each of the times.
I'm just like reiterating the dialogue now. Sorry. Riveting commentary, people.
Times we have acted against that which we believe to be right and just.
It's about a test that media tends not to pass. The rule is that two women have to exchange 2 lines of dialogue that isn't about a man. Oh, geez, there's that much media that doesn't pass that test. That's sad. I'm gonna have to look into that.
Will you stay with me until the end?
And if anybody wants to look into another podcast, check out Spooky Tuesday. They do. They are a all-female horror discussion podcast, and they. All right, no worries, Shayna. They have discussed any number of movies. I watched their episode on The Blood Spattered Bride, another 70s vampire movie, Carmilla adaptation. And they are just super funny, and they have a segment at the end of every single one of their things where they pick
we cannot simply allow them to be
which character in every movie they discuss, regardless of what movie that is, should be played by Matthew Lillard, and I love that. Very, very insightful, but just also hilarious. And hello to the 9 people, now 8 people who are currently here. If you want to lurk, feel free. Just don't put a crossbow through my head. Thank you. But if you would like to make yourselves known in the chat, I'm here to talk. Although I'm not doing a lot of it right now. Poor kids. I also love the way the kind of vampire soul leaves the body. Oh, Chloe writes onion headlines? That is great. I will have to look into her other comedy work.
Vengeance is ours.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into that podcast.
I have betrayed you all. And I have betrayed Bathor.
The look on the other 2 Nephites'
We
faces,
must
just like,
abandon our homes
we didn't
and
rehearse
abandon
this. What are you
You
saying?
were taken by evil. We knew
Just
there was
great.
a traitor among us, but we never would have suspected.
Wrong traitor.
The blood is the life!
Ah, Grando. Poor Nephites. Poor everyone. Everyone in this movie. Oh, I have not watched that Tarmian interview just yet. And I've not watched the Linnea Quigley horror workout video yet either, but I'm saving both of those to my watch later to check out. And for context, I just did a watch stream of Return of the Living Dead on Collector Man's channel just a couple days ago. If you want to check that out, please do. It was fun. Such a badass.
I want those outsiders destroyed! They mocked Bator for the last time. Bator showed them mercy by banishing them instead of executing them, and this is how they repay Bator!
Oh snap! You shot the interview with John Socks for the Music documentary. That is awesome. I also saw that you, the little mini doc that you guys put together on Phantasm, which was awesome, and I was just like, crap, I did a video essay on Phantasm back in October that hit on a lot of the things that were discussed in this interview, and it was just like, so much of that stuff was already out there, and I was just like, I'm being insightful, but all of this stuff has already come out of Coscarelli's mouth. Oops. But no, that was great. Go do your cleaning, Sam. You're a better person than me. I have not cleaned my room this entire week, and I really need to. But yeah, been meaning to pick up Return of the Living Dead for a while.
We have won a great victory. Bator has rewarded us with this great honor.
Yeah, Phantasm is wonderful. I'll be honest, first time I watched Phantasm, I did not get it at all. It was not my thing. But I was just like, you know what, I'm going to see this through. And I watched the all 5 Phantasm movies. And then I watched them again, and I just love the first Phantasm. I like the others too, all of them. But original Phantasm is just something to behold. Hey, Red Rusty 66. Glad you could drop by. Bator is almighty.
Do any of you doubt the power, the honor, the birthright of Bator? The blood is the life. Blood is the life.
Very, very delayed reaction. Yep, after you watch it about 30 times, it'll start to make sense. Maybe. I'm still mostly baffled by the ending of Ravager, but I think if it had an ending that made sense, it just wouldn't, that made, you know, perfect clear-cut sense, it just wouldn't be a Phantasm movie. But how you doing, Red Rusty 66? If you can't stay, that's cool. If you want to watch this movie with us, you can do that too.
Now you must complete a test of will to show that Bator has given you honor.
Being confused by Phantasm is a rite of passage. Truly. Yeah, great stuff is Phantasm. And here we come to the glass walking scene, which I watched the documentary on this, and apparently dude is known for doing this, and actually did this for real, and wow. Ouch. Ooh. I'll be honest, everybody worships at the feet of Phantasm 2. I'm not as big on it personally. I think it kind of loses some of the quirky atmosphere. But I do still enjoy it. Phantasm 3 is my personal favorite of the sequels, and I'm into 4 and 5 as well. Exactly. Owie. Walking on all the broken glass.
Bathor has spoken. Your transgression has almost been paid.
Thank you.
Now, with your last...
2 just doesn't quite do it for me. It's fun, but it doesn't quite do it for me. Ow. Ow, ow, ow. I mean, the Gravers look really cool, but the spheres, I mean, very sleek looking, very sharp looking, and, you know, clearly you don't actually have to obey the tall man. You're just a little brain in a ball that can do whatever the hell it wants. Definitely check out the sequels. Cannot promise you'll like all of them. You'll probably just be very confused by them, especially 4. 4 is very weird, but, you know, they're definitely worth talking about.
I shall take the path to the east, and I the path to the west.
And I the path to the west.
The blood is the life.
The blood is the life. The blood is the life.
Keep repeating that to yourself, and it'll start to feel true. The blood is the life. This walk gets me every time. This guy's walk.
You've had your day.
Angry piano
The
playing.
second coming of Bathor is upon us. I hope you're prepared for it. Set in motion. You're covered in the blood of corruption. Go wash yourself.
I mean, she has a point. More vampires do need to use napkins, but at the same time, that little blood drip just looks so cool.
All you wild men need with all these things. Have you stolen them?
Have you stolen them?
There's nothing wild about us. We have advanced while you've remained stationary. We are the last preservers of culture.
Even before, you know,
After you banished us,
not to spoil the movie, but
our
things
destiny was to keep
transpire
us.
with this character. She's just
You, on the other hand, lived in complacent
not
ways.
likable.
You've accomplished nothing at all.
You have accomplished nothing at all.
Sand to keep your memories. Elizabeth, are you all right? The book is in our mother tongue, lost for 1,000 years.
I love that French is the mother tongue in this universe as well.
So heavy, so heavy.
I presume that, Grando's book burning face will never not bring me joy. He just looks so pleased with himself. But yeah, I'm sure the French was something of an homage to the Jean Roland vampire movies, which I have not gotten around to seeing just yet.
Bathor nous a donné le don de la vie éternelle et de la paix. Aujourd'hui, la promesse d'une harmonie a été brisée. Il y a une épidémie parmi les prêtres de Bathor. Ils mettent le blâme de cette plaie sur ceux qu'ils considèrent comme des sorciers. Les femmes ont été bannies.
I figured
Et les hommes
it was a Jean Roland thing.
afin de repousser les forces démoniaques.
Been meaning to watch his stuff forever.
Je me suis engagé à garder nos coutumes et nos rites avec cet écrit. Je vais passer ce manuscrit aux bannis qui ont promis de protéger notre passé et nos secrets. Quand mes actes seront oubliés par ceux qui me punissent, je serai délivré et nous chercherons à purifier cette terre contre le mal. Car pour le mal, les jours sont comptés.
Never gonna get over this guy's walk.
Guiltine, you need to do...
Oh my gosh, is this the scene? I think this is the scene. Oh, for sure. So many great foreign films out there. Oh boy, this is the scene, people. If you've not seen this movie. This scene is the one that always just... And that was all him. Brought the walk and the voice. He did a great job. He's unforgettable. Here it comes. And there it is.
There are many.
Hilarious genital mutilation, people. If you don't have context, that probably sounds awful, but I promise it's wonderful. I mean, yeah, the Korean and Japanese horror is great. Love me a lot of Italian movies. I mean, there's stuff from every part of the world that's great. I just have not delved into all of it.
You must take him to the twins.
Not open on certain aspects. I'm curious what you mean. Ah, the twins. I love their little waltzy theme. And of course, you've got the kind of classic vampire trope of twin characters, but they're healers and scientists instead of this weird, magical, dreamlike thing. Too much censorship. I mean, there are other countries that I'm sure are also, heavily censored in terms of what they can and cannot show, but I think censorship is just different depending on where the movie comes out. But Sam, if you want to tell me what some of your favorite J-horror and K-horror movies are, I really do need to kind of expand my horizons in those areas, because I watch a lot of American horror, I watch a lot of European horror, and I'll occasionally watch a Japanese or Korean film, but I really haven't delved into that as much as I should.
The blood of Bayport must be running out. Your blood is thin and impure.
Oh, this movie got banned in Japan.
What is your name?
I am Jacob, son of Jacob.
I'm kind of not surprised.
Are here.
Oof.
You must drink more fresh.
I always hear about I Saw the Devil. Definitely going to have to check that one out, although I do hear it's a bit of a rough, heavy one.
10,
Oh yeah, the bathtub death.
8,
Yeah, almost all of the deaths, especially the deaths by crossbow, are very much no comeback.
Spill their blood.
Although some of these are
Turn
just
their flesh to base.
delightful.
Then, and only then, I found them. You interrupted the word of Bathor. I hope you bring great news.
I hope you bring great news.
Excellent. Prepare your weapons. Jacob, lead us to victory. No,
I appreciate the tip, Sam. no wounds.
What trickery is this? You must stop drinking the blood of Bathor. Blasphemer! Liar! See what they have done? They mean to destroy us from within. They have taken the name of Bathor in vain, and for this they will pay.
British film and TV is a lot more open on things than the US. That is what I've heard. And here's the whipping scene. Shayna, if you're still here, the scene is happening.
Behold, Bathor has given us
And,
the power
yep,
to
just
tread
more
on serpents
frank
and
male
scorpions,
nudity in this
and
film
all
than
the power
probably
of the
anything else I've seen in my entire life.
You must confess your sins to Bathor.
I think the only other movie I've seen in a while that has just male nudity like this in it is Mandy, and that's for like 2 seconds. Midsommar has that a little bit as well, but neither one in as much quantity as this film. And the whipping with the roses is just the icing on the cake. If you're just joining in on this stream and you have no context on what the hell I'm talking about, I'm sorry. But also, I'm not.
Jacob's brother, the unloyal Esau.
Jacob's brother, the unloyal Esau. Jacob and Esau. Lovely.
To redeem himself. Blood is the life. The blood is the life.
I love the red sky.
Grando has found some use for you. You have one last chance in the eyes of Bathor. You'll do perfectly. Just right for Grando and for Bathor.
Ah, yes, 2 nude male bodies just sitting out here in the sun. Yes, riveting commentary, I know.
Get him to the twins.
Ah, yes, to the twins. Yes, I love the little percussive marching music we get here. I would love to know how the twins' healing methods work. They're truly working wonders here.
Will he be alright? Twins say he should be fine.
Until he returns to his cult and they kill him anyway. I don't know why we even bother.
I see them off in the distance.
Alright, so there's a lot of fangs in this movie.
cut them off before the clearing.
And Giltine is just
She knows the truth.
delivering her lines so well in these fangs. I have tried to talk in fangs before. It is not easy. I don't like doing it, but I love the way they look. Much, much impressed.
Do not be alarmed. You are with friends.
And I love how the twins
Was full of poison.
alternate their dialogue between each other, like they've got some kind of psychic link. Traitor is revealed. I also love the sort of nightgowns that the patients of the twins wear.
Time for a nap. Good morning, Fontaine.
And then we've got the sort of
It takes you all day to confess.
psychedelic filter over this scene, which is fun.
We have demonized the men for too long. We have made them
We have
suffer.
not demonized the men for too long.
Tempt them with our shame.
They are literally murdering you.
We must no longer deny our bodies. We must be vessels for Bathor, granting new children for the Lord.
She is just the actual worst.
Now, Fontaine, you must tell me, how can you lift this curse we placed on the men? You must call upon the others to return to the word of Bathor.
We do not remember, or we can recall the true word of Bathor. We cannot read the edicts. We only remember what we choose to.
Lie! You were just as foul as Granto said you were. Well, I shall break your will.
We must avert our eyes.
We must avert our eyes.
Chris will try to sway us from the word of Bathor with her supple bump. Look away and close
Look
your
away
eyes.
and close her eyes tightly as he just looks on and sniffs from the rose. Just Brando, best villain. Wow, indeed. I love it. I know I'm just not shutting up about Grando, but just the way he, like, is so invested in this fight, but not actually participating. Yummy blood. And when she spits it out, lovely touch. Oh geez, they're pulling up the stakes. And again, I just love that Grando actually growls. And the little bat So cute, so tiny, so sad. What a castle.
I am hungry. I am frightened, Elizabeth.
Aren't we all hungry and frightened?
N'aie pas peur, mon amour. Le brouillard de la nuit nous protégera. Et avant que ne vienne l'aube, nous serons
I love that there's a whole mythology around the fog, and it's almost a character.
Perds tes forces, mon amour. Nous y sommes presque. Continue, je me souviens de cet endroit. Je me souviens de tout. Tout cela nous attendait. Le grenier, vite.
Yeah. Candelabra. I'm just kind of monosyllabically describing everything I see on the screen right now. I apologize. This is not insightful commentary at all. I'm just getting lost in the movie again. I'm sure this is not particularly interesting to watch. I'm just getting lost in the movie. And of course, we're bringing back the beautiful title theme again. And this whole ritual sequence is just gorgeous. And there's the thumbnail for the stream, I think. Please do, Sam. Once again, I posted a link to the film in the chat just a little bit earlier. I'll post it again for anybody who wants to either watch along with these last few moments of the film, and you put it on your playlist, but for anybody else who wants to follow along with these last few moments, or just watch the film another time, there it is. Such a sweet couple. To the 8 people who are still watching me watch this movie, glad you're still here. Oh, take care, Sam. Glad you could drop by. Very happy to have you. Very happy to everyone who dropped by. Again, totally impromptu little hangout. Just wanted to chill with some folks for a while. Oh, you were playing the movie in the background as you were cleaning up and making dinner. Yeah, the score, gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I mean, I think most things about this movie are gorgeous, but I do love to just put on the score in the background sometimes. It's very pretty.
Comme je t'ai connu autrefois.
And we're back in the mother tongue again. Ah, you jumped on. I appreciate it. Red Rusty.
Nous devons commencer le rituel, mon amour. Le brouillard se dissipera avant l'aube, et les chasseurs approchent à grands pas.
Props to anybody who can do a movie with
Est une plaie sur
all of
notre
these
cœur.
nude scenes in it, because I would not be
Les
comfortable
jeux
with
de
that.
résistance ont pris fin. Ce soir,
Oh, I'm definitely going to be checking out
nous chuterons
more of their work whenever I possibly can.
main dans la main. Viens, mon amour.
Would you ever want to meet a vampire? And if you did, would you interview them and perhaps document the history of their species? Well, you see, there's a movie about that, and it didn't exactly go the best for that guy.
Mère des immortels, que je renaisse et devienne ton enfant, que ta lumière absorbe la
Oh, no, Red Rusty. Not all female nudity. At all. This movie has more male genitals in it than I have seen anywhere else ever.
Au clair de lune, que je renaisse et devienne ton enfant. Conduis à moi ceux des ténèbres, qu'ainsi je puisse renaître.
I figured that would hook you. And to clarify, I should have said more penises than I've seen in any other movie, because I know there are men who do not have them and women who do, so, you know. Yep, the full story. Oh, you've never seen the end of Interview with the Vampire. Yeah. The boy, or Daniel, as he comes to be known in the sequels, doesn't have the greatest life. All the blood pouring out of the mouths. I mean, yes, Cody, but also then you've got, you know, a character like Lestat in The Vampire Lestat and Queen of the Damned, who's just sick of having to hide and just literally becomes a rock star and plasters his face everywhere. So he's kind of daring people to come hide him, but also people think it's an act, because why would a vampire do that? So he's kind of hiding in plain sight, but also daring people to find him, which I think is interesting, because if you had to hide who you are for basically eternity, wouldn't you get tired of that after a while? Cutest couple ever, right here. Oh yeah, he wanted to piss off the other vampires, and he sure succeeded. Because Lestat is just a total troll like that. this scene is just super sweet and dark and bloody and romantic, but also I'm sure that fake blood was very sticky. So that scene must have been something to film.
Look at this abomination.
Look at this abomination.
The bowels of hell should not set foot here on earth.
Shayna, you're back. You missed all the discussion and the whipping scene and the genital mutilation scene and the things. Oh, I would love to.
Avez le désir d'être nous. Vous nous désirez. Mais jamais vous ne nous aurez.
Just the total intense French right here is the best.
Nous voyageons dans les ténèbres.
The Anne Vamp books were your teenage Bible, or Yeenage Bible.
Nous vivrons à toujours dans nos souvenirs.
I mean, we're right here for the super intense French monologue, which is pretty great, but yeah, the genital mutilation scene is, wow, that sticks with you. And that's Chloe Kuna. She is phenomenal.
And in the same way, also, the women abandoned the natural function of the man and burned in their desire toward one another. Women with women.
Women with women.
Acts and receiving in their own persons due penalty of their error.
I was about to say a thing, and I can't remember what it was. I'm sorry, this happens sometimes. Well, that's more or less what happens in a lot of the Vampire Chronicles. It's the main characters either not knowing the rules or not caring about the rules and just getting kind of attacked by the unspoken vampire system of government. There's a little bit of that in Blood of the Tribades, actually. And here it is, Bathor. The one and only. You are not Lord Bathor. You cannot be.
But it can't be. The Tribades, they've all been destroyed.
I left you.
The subtitle said triplets.
I gave you the gift of eternal life.
Oh, I
gave you the gift of perfection.
I don't blame him. I would have not wanted to see the castration scene from Let the Right One In myself. I love the scene in this movie. This scene is great. I wouldn't want to see that. I couldn't have taken that.
Returned in my name? What gives you the right to destroy that which I created?
Obeying your words of 2,000 years.
I left no words.
I left no
I
words.
left no place for your destruction.
Bathor is the badass of all badasses.
Journeyed off to build our empire. And I have.
You are great, Lord Bathor.
Enough.
Enough.
You have committed sins in my name. I sought for a world where we could be free. And you turned to hate in my name. Le sang et la vie.
And they're back, people. Oh, no! It's buffering. I shall fix this. It's in stupid bad pixel quality, but I don't want to go this far back in the Bathor monologue.
It cannot be. But it can't be.
The Tribades
They've all been destroyed.
I left you
with Paradise.
I gave you the gift of eternity.
The ending is the best, though, yeah.
I gave you the gift of perfection.
Perfection.
And this is how you honor my name. What have you done to my children?
But all of your children remain. Those who have betrayed you have been returned to the blood.
Returned in my name? What gives you the right to destroy that which I created?
Obeying your words of 2,000 years.
I left no words. I left no place for your destruction. I left peace and harmony and journeyed off to build our empire. And I have.
You are great, Lord Bathor.
Enough. Enough. You have committed sins in my name. I saw
Evening, Max. Glad you could make it. We're almost done with Blood of the Tribades, but oh yeah, this movie is so good the technology couldn't keep up with its awesomeness. I love the little severed heads. They're the best. And Bathor's horrified face is so funny. And I love that everyone has little fangs. Everyone's a vampire. Yeah, I'm glad you made it. And I can hang out a little while longer. This was just something I wanted to put on in the background so I could draw more attention to it. And now we get the beautiful poetry.
Vaste et sans tronc, deux jambes de pierre se dressent dans les dunes désertiques. Près, un visage brisé, mi-enfoui, sourcils fiers, bouche ridée, froid et autoritaire, se tient.
I believe this is a
Témoignant de ses passions, son sculpteur
the translation of the poem into French was one done by the actress because she was not satisfied with the existing translation, so she did it for this movie. All the talent.
Roi des rois, admirez mon œuvre au puissant et tremblez. Rien d'autre ne reste autour du déclin de cette colossale.
How have you been, Max? Have you been watching anything fun?
Lisses et solitaires, les sables s'étendent sans fin.
And here we are at the credits. The Burning X. Oh, please do, Red Rusty. Oh, Chloe's mom is French. I see. Everyone who is involved in this movie is just super multi-talented. I love that we've got vampires named Carmilla and Mircalla, and, you know, Stoker and Bathsheba, and all the great names. Note, you've got confirmation from the creators right here. I'm very excited to check out all 3 Fear Street movies very soon. This is available on Tubi, and it is available as uploaded by the directors to YouTube. And I will be posting that link for you people, you lovely people, again, really quick right here. Please do. It's good stuff. There is the link once again for all who would like to see it. And that was Blood of the Tribades. Thank you to everybody who showed up to watch this with me. I'm going to stay on for just a few more minutes for people who want to hang out and chat. But then I've got, some laundry and chores and that sort of thing to do for a little while. So, yes, definitely check out the 2-hour doc. I watched it a couple months ago. It is really good, very in-depth, very fun. And there's a whole doc. I will actually post the link to that in the chat as well. The backstory on the filming of the genitals scene, that genitals scene is one of the most insane things I've heard in my life. It was my pleasure. No, I gotta work tomorrow. Oh, Max, you're in for some stuff without context. Yeah, the what? There's some stuff in this movie, dude. Yeah, she still talks to you. Wow. I mean, if the outcome of being put through all of the things was this movie, I would not complain. Okay, I would probably complain a little bit about some of the stuff, but art. It's definitely something of a what the fuck movie, Red Rusty, but it's a what the fuck movie in the best way. Is this the same podcast, Shayna, you mentioned earlier, or is it a different one? Because I got to listen to all the podcasts. Same one. All right. Yeah, I will definitely be listening to that very shortly. Yeah, it seems like everybody involved with this movie is really great. I just based on the few, interviews and things I've watched, and just watching the movie itself, I got a really good vibe from everyone. I mean, I'll take that as a compliment, Cody. I'm very impressed by David Howard Thornton's mannerisms as Art the Clown, and I try to have some fun with body language sometimes, and I do try to act sometimes, so I appreciate that. Ooh, I need to check out Tin for sure. You've watched it 15 times. There are only a few movies that I can say that about. Only a few. And thank you again for stopping by. I really appreciate that you took the time to stop by. the stream. I appreciate that, Max. And if you want to see me play a horror protagonist and an antagonist in the same movie, go over to Evil Stevel's channel, check out his YouTuber horror anthology Scarlet Cinema, and check out the segment The Formula, which I made for that. And the only people starring the film are me and our cat Moriarty. It was fun. And I may stay on for maybe 5 to 10 minutes or, pop off soon. Appreciate you stopping by, Foxtail Cinematics. Hello, Wendigo and the Nightmare. We just finished watching Blood of the Tribades, one of my favorite indie horror movies. And we've had a lovely little discussion here. Evil Stevel. I will spell it out in the chat. There's also a few different Scarlet Cinemas, so I know I'm linking stuff like crazy right now, but I'm just gonna link that for you as well. Oh, what? You have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off? I have Friday off. And Sunday evening, although I may try to do something then. If you have Friday off, that's actually wonderful. I'm also trying to correlate a thing with Max, but we might be able to figure that out too. Vampire streams, always. I did a Vampire Lovers stream a while back. That's still one of my favorites I've done. And Salem's Lot would be great. But yeah, I'll talk with you more in just a little bit, Shana, and we will work something out. You'll have family coming. Is that a no on Friday, or we can talk this out later. I don't need to make our scheduling a public event. 26, Cody. Happy early birthday. Very glad you were born. No worries, Shayna. Again, we'll figure this out. Happy Conjured Day. Here's the link to Evil Stevel's Scarlet Cinema. Do you, Cody? He wasn't born. You were conjured / summons. Fair. Well, I think I am going to cut off the stream here. I've got a few things to do this evening, but I really appreciate everybody coming by. And I will see you whenever I upload my next video or do my next stream. So, have a great evening, everyone, and don't get shot with a crossbow.